How's it going, everyone? Texas Man here. Hope you guys are all having a spectacular day. If you guys would, please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do enjoy it. Subscribe, of course, if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button. Select all for all notifications so you guys don't miss out on future content here on the channel. As always, we're going to be talking positives and negatives, talking about The Woman in the Yard. This film was released here in 2025. It is rated PG-13, and it's about an hour and a half long. This is a Blumhouse film, which, if you guys don't know, is responsible for a lot of other great horror movies and franchises, including Insidious, which is one of my favorite horror franchises of all time. I was actually really surprised at how many people saw this movie at the same time that I did, mid-afternoon on a Friday. I literally watched this yesterday mid-afternoon. And the reason my review is taking so long is just a lot of chaos with family and work and whatnot. But yeah, I got it out for you guys as soon as possible. And what's weird is I don't see a lot of other people talking about this movie. Like, there's not a lot of other YouTubers talking about this film. And it boggles my mind that this movie got such little marketing. But, like, in the theater that I was in yesterday with my mom, it was packed. Like, it was packed. I think there's like 100 seats, but it was packed. I think there was only a couple seats left open. It was a very packed theater. Now, granted, I think a lot of people still are on spring break for this week, and I don't think anyone cares about seeing Snow White. I don't think anyone cares to watch that movie. Yeah, it's like people would rather go see a horror movie at the end of March than watch a live-action Disney film. I was kind of tempted just to ask somebody, can you show me a room, a theater, an auditorium that's showing Snow White? And I don't want to watch the movie. I don't want to watch the whole film. I just want to stand at the side and see how full it is. Like, show me your screens for when you go in to buy a ticket. Just show me the screen of how many seats are available and how many have been purchased. Like, just do that. I'm sorry. I know I'm going on a rabbit trail about Snow White 2025, but I'm just like, man, that film was bombing at the box office, baby. People would rather watch a 90-minute horror film. Not good. Anyway, moving on with The Woman in the Yard. This is a film that I was somewhat excited about, even given the limited marketing, because I feel like it's been forever since we've actually had a good horror movie. Like, I feel like it's been like 6 to 9 months at least. This is not a film that I was expecting much from, but my goodness, the ending is bonkers. Okay? You probably are going to watch the trailer and think, okay, this is some sort of generic demonic presence shows up in the yard and it tries to terrorize these people that are living in this farmhouse. That's how the movie starts. But as the movie progresses and when you get to the last 15 minutes of the movie, it goes bonkers. This movie's bonkers, okay? The ending is also very difficult for a lot of people to understand. Like, when the movie ended, there was a lot of people, including my mom, and they were just like, I don't get this movie. I did not understand the ending. And I'm like, reasonable. It's a movie that you really have to watch from start to finish and be invested in. You have to engage. You have to pay attention. This is not a horror movie that you can be like, oh, it's Saw 20,000 and we're doing the exact same. How many different ways can we kill human beings? That's not what this movie is. It's not a slasher. This movie is more methodical. It's more of a film where you have to think because the characters are thinking. I understood the film, and I'm pretty sure that people years later are going to have different interpretations of the ending of this movie as well. This is mine. Now, I don't know if this is right or not, but this is how I see how the film ended. So if I'm wrong, let me know. Like I said, I think people are going to have different interpretations of the ending. But mine basically is that this grieving and suicidal mom that is trying to keep going after her husband died in a car crash accidentally prays and calls for help from a demon to decide whether to live or not, whether to keep going or to commit suicide. This, of course, leads the demon, the woman in the yard, to just appear out of thin air in the yard of their farmhouse. And this, of course, causes unease among her and her 2 children on their farm property. And, of course, this woman that's in the yard, because she's a demon, does really creepy things and causes a bunch of spooky stuff to happen. The film is creepy and it's terrifying for the first 30 minutes because you don't know who this woman is and what her intentions are and why she's there and why she's doing what she's doing. When you get to the third act, though, like I said, it's a bonkers third act. It's a really bonkers third ending. Third act. It's a bonkers ending. I will say I don't think the film writers knew how they wanted to end this movie. Like, I feel like they had an interesting concept, and they kept writing on that concept and going, and they're like, okay, we need to figure out how we're supposed to end this. See, here's the thing, and I've done this. I've written several short little books. No, none of them are published, unfortunately. But when I was in high school and college, I was writing little short stories and little books. None of them could get published because they used way too much and refer way too much to other sci-fi things like Star Wars and Star Trek. That's why they're not published. I'd have to do a lot of changing to stuff. Anyway, moving on from that. It doesn't seem like when they were writing this, they knew how to end it. To me, when I write something for fun or just for whatever reason, like me doing one of these videos, I always have an outline. I have a beginning, I have a middle, and I have an end. And I have little side notes to make sure that I don't miss out on really important moments, whether that's character development or plots or something like that, or, the big twists. The third act in this movie, however, it doesn't seem like the writers knew how they wanted to end the film. Because it just goes, it's completely directionless. It goes in so many different directions that when you get to the end, you're just like, why didn't you just tell me this and save me 10 minutes? Like, at times I thought it was going to be an ending where it had to deal with the humans going into the spirit world. Like, there's this hallway scene, and I'm like, okay, are we doing Poltergeist? Are we going to go into a TV or something? Are we going into the spirit world? Are we doing a time travel adventure where the mom does kill herself and she becomes the demon, and that's why the demon's saying today's the day? Is it some sort of time travel thing? Or is it like the demon's like a family member telling them that the mom's going to kill the children and then kill herself? Like, there's so many different ideas that the film throws at you to make you think, oh, this is what the demon is. That's what the demon is. That's what the mom's going to do. It constant for 15 to 20 minutes. And it's like, oh, pick something. So besides the ending, I think this film, it is original. I like that. It is, unfortunately, a watch once and done. There is no sex, there is no gore, there is no nudity, but there are a bazillion jump scares, and there is some language in the film as well. So keep that in mind. It is, like I said, it's a horror movie. It is PG-13, but it does try to be tame in that sense that it doesn't have sex, gore, and nudity. So that was a good thing. So, overall, The Woman in the Yard, it's not bad. It's not great. It's just okay. Is it worth watching in the theater? If you could watch this for like $5 to $8 for like a matinee afternoon price, I think you could enjoy it. I don't think it's worth $12 to $15 full price. But, there's really nothing outstanding to watch in the theaters at the moment, not until at least next week or the week after. With Warfare and The King of Kings and stuff of that nature. So we are finally getting new movies coming out, but there's really nothing groundbreaking out at the moment. So if you're looking for something to go see, it's decent enough film. It's a short movie too. So it is a good 90-minute runtime, and it definitely feels like a 90-minute runtime, like it does, it does wrap up. So I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Look forward to more awesome content coming soon. Bye, guys.